So what the hell is Fat Tuesday? I was gonna do gumbo for Mardi Gras, but ran out of time. So you're getting pancakes for our very first installment of this series where I'm gonna be cooking food and talking about its history, because I think that's very interesting and I wanna do more cooking. And I thought it would be really good to start with today's holiday, which is Fat Tuesday or Pancake Day or Mardi Gras or Shrove Tuesday. There's a lot of different names for it. So what the hell is Shrove Tuesday? Well, it's a Christian holiday that happens right before Ash Wednesday. Which is 40 days before Easter. If you don't know what Ash Wednesday is, it's a Christian holiday where people kind of talk about mortality and their place with God and put little crosses of ash on their foreheads. Then you have 40 days between Ash Wednesday and Easter, which is called Lent, which is a time for confession and fasting. Now, most people know Lent is a time when Catholics stop eating beef. Think filet-o-fish, that's where it came from, if you didn't know. But there's actually a lot more to it than that. You're pretty much not supposed to eat any meat outside of fish. You're also really only supposed to have like one main meal after sunset, with like smaller meals throughout the day, depending on your health circumstance. And you're also supposed to give up things like eggs and milk and stuff like that. Along with all this, it's time for confession and giving to charity and stuff like that. Now, of course, for 40 days of fasting, you're probably gonna need a good bit of preparation. And so that's when Shrove Tuesday comes in, which is really the last day of Shroventide, which is the period before Lent for that sort of preparation. Now, a lot of things happen in that time, but the part that matters is kind of the preparation of food goods stuff. So trying to use up all of the things you're not going to be able to eat once Lent actually starts. But we're talking about pancakes, so what's the deal with that? Well, most people say pancakes originated in the town called Brittany in France, and that's how pancakes found their way into England. And sometime around the 15th century in England, there started to be a practice where on Shrove Tuesday, as the last big meal before Lent, they would make pancakes to use up their milk, butter, and eggs. Originally, these were normally eaten at breakfast, but really they were eaten all throughout the day, and now it's normally something you do for dinner. It's also why Fat Tuesday is normally called Pancake Day in England. But how did this practice make it to the United States? Well, obviously it came from England, because we used to be a part of England. But not everything translated over, particularly pancake flipping races, which is a thing I learned about when I was a kid, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Basically, there's this story of a woman in England on Pancake Day making her pancakes, and then the Shriven bell goes off, which was this bell in the church that would go off on Shrove Tuesday. And as that was happening, she had to get over to the church, so she would run with her pan and flipping her pancake, starting a new tradition of people racing while flipping pancakes. Is that story true? Probably not, but it's fun nonetheless. Anyway, back to America. Did you know that American pancakes are different than European pancakes? American pancakes are thicker and fluffier. They actually have leavening going on, making them a bit more like actual cakes that you make in a pan, as opposed to like a weird crepe. Don't get me wrong, those are good, but American pancakes are a lot better and more true to the name. As for why that's the case, well, in the hour and a half of prep I did for this video, I couldn't easily figure that out. Google kind of sucks now. But my theory is just that Americans like making things bigger. I have no proof for this, but I will state it as if it's fact. America did more things for pancakes, particularly pancake mixes. That's right, Americans invented pancake mix. What? Americans making things lazier? That doesn't sound right. Well, in 1889, the first pancake mix was created by the Aunt Jemima Company, which is no longer called that. I wonder why. Over time, pancake mixes were able to get a little bit more smart, even being able to just be made with just the mix and water, as opposed to also needing to add eggs and milk. Also, this is a box of buttermilk pancakes, and I wanted to really understand what that means, so I'm gonna tell you now. See, buttermilk is a sort of byproduct of making butter. When you churn butter, you have this extra liquid that isn't the butter, and that's the buttermilk. That's why it's called that. And the cool thing about buttermilk is when you add it to bready things, not only does it make it taste good, it also works as a leavening aid. Think like buttermilk biscuits and buttermilk pancakes. They're a little bit fluffier as opposed to being those kind of flatter McDonald's hotcake things. Anyway, I'm done with this history crap. Let's make pancakes. Step 1, figure out how to open this stupid box. That's like a pour spout, but I don't know how to do it. I also don't have a real mixing bowl, but I have my Instapot bowl. That should work fine. They really did not design this box well for pouring. There's a pour spout, it just doesn't work. I have a feeling this part of the video is gonna be a very different vibe than the start. So just add the cup of that shit. Oh, why am I even, this is a stupid part of the video. You just mix this in water, that's all it is. You know, originally I was gonna be making the pancakes while I talked about the history, but I got into a bit of a groove, so now I'm just gonna have this awkward part of the video where I'm just I'm just mix and water. 1/3 cup of water and 2/3 cup of water. I can count. I also got mix all over my burner. So, any of you guys celebrate Lent? Now, I'm not a chef, but I'm pretty sure I remember Alton Brown telling me that you need to heat up your pan before you add your butter, so it's really hot. So do that, unless it's wrong. Then don't do that. I should have done more prep for this. Also, I hate that you can see that, because now you know how big of a gap I took between takes. You want to add oil to your pan. I'm going to be using butter, because non-stick spray kind of feels unhealthy to me. I have no proof for that, it just kind of sounds right. I put this here in celebration of Mardi Gras. God, this stuff is good. I'm not gonna put it on my pancakes, but I don't know, maybe. I really should have planned this video out more. It's a lot of downtime. God, I really should have done better planning on this. I feel like the vibes are gonna be really confusing at this point in the video. Well, while I'm waiting for my pan to heat up, let me tell you to subscribe to the channel because I want to make more videos. Preferably ones kind of like this, because it's very easy to do and also pretty fun, but probably with a bit more preparation. It's going to be very awkward though for the next 40 days because I'm practicing Lent this year. Never done that before, and so I'm not going to be able to eat like a lot of things. Look forward to red beans and rice. Well, I'm tired of waiting, so I'm just gonna add pancakes now. I also need a plate. That's fine. Okay, so you just get your pancake going, and you're pretty much just gonna let it sit in there until it starts bubbling pretty good around the outside edges. I learned that in Boy Scouts. I don't know if pancakes and beer is the best combo, but we're gonna find out. All right, get ready to flip it. I was gonna get a better shot of this, but it's hard. Hey, I just need to be running a race. Pretty good, right? And of course, we will also be adding syrup. Real maple syrup is absolutely amazing. So I have the cheap crap stuff, which is really just corn syrup, food coloring, and a little bit of maple flavoring. I'm also not going to be putting very much on because I don't really like syrup that much. Get a nice bite with every layer. God, pancakes are good. I don't eat pancakes enough. I really only have them like once a year. Well, that's all I got. I don't know what the pacing of this video is going to be like whatsoever, but I hope you learned something about the history of pancakes and Fat Tuesday. I know I did in doing the research for this. I know that even if you're not religious, it's an absolutely delicious holiday to celebrate. So I hope you will join me in that. And please let me know if you like this type of video. I'll probably try a little harder, have a little bit better preparation in future installments of this type of series, but it should be pretty fun. I hope to learn a lot more about cooking while doing this, and of course the history of food, and I hope you will learn that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Also consider subscribing. I have a lot more videos planned, stuff both like this and then also just the other types of videos I have already done on this channel. Anyway, I'm gonna eat the rest of these pancakes.